galaxy far, far away, after the great success of the film Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, a director named George Lucas began writing the script for the next and fantastic chapter of the Star Wars saga. This is a review of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And here is your host, Blackwing 2040.
Hey guys, Blackwing 2040 here, and I recently just finished watching Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back last night. I was going to do the video today, but I got exhausted, so I'm doing it right now for you guys. And of course, I'm going to be reviewing it while wearing my Kylo Ren t-shirt. So, this is like my second or third time watching this film, and I know now I'm starting to realize why people love this film like out of every single Star Wars film. Like this particular film, it was so well done. The writing was on point. The scenes and introduction of Yoda, and plus we got that epic lightsaber duel between Luke and Darth Vader. Now I see why people love this movie so much. So it opens up with the rebels on a planet called Hoth, and so Darth Vader sends like these probes to find where the new rebel base is, and so Luke is out. And before I get into the story, Luke really got the most like damage to himself throughout this entire film. Like he got clawed by a Yeti. He got like a red eye. I'm like, Jesus, Luke, like what were you doing? Like he got scarred up the most. But anyway, so Han rescues Luke because they were out in the cold, freezing snow on Hoth, and also in the new rebel base, Han and Leia are kind of making connections with each other. You know what I mean? And the thing about Han in this movie, he does that finger pointing thing so many times in this movie. He always does this, like let me tell you something, like what? Like what? But anyway, so Darth Vader finds out where the rebel base is on Hoth. He sends like ground troops. He sends AT-ATs, which are these huge Imperial walkers, and they destroy the base. So Han, Leia, and 3PO and Chewie escape while Luke was actually out in one of the snow speeders fighting during the battle. So R2 was with Luke during the time, so they both go their separate ways. And before while Luke was like, after Luke escaped the Yeti, after he killed it, he saw Ben Kenobi, or Obi-Wan. He told him to go to the Dagobah system and tell him to be trained by Yoda, which we all know who Yoda is. And so Luke, after the fight in the snow with the Imperial walkers and everything, Luke travels to the Dagobah system while Han, Chewie, Leia, and 3PO are being followed by the Empire, and they fly into this asteroid field. So they go into this cave for shelter. So they remain in there, but they don't know it's a cave. So I'll get to that. So Luke arrives on Dagobah, and his X-wing lands in the river, and apparently he can't get it out. So him and R2 are going to be searching for Yoda, when apparently Yoda comes up right behind him. And I just gotta say, Yoda's I know the puppet Yoda's pretty much a puppet in this film, but it was so perfectly well done and fantastic. It was just so magnificent. His introduction was so hilarious, and the way how he just like takes Luke's things out of his box, and he's holding like his lamp, and R2 tries to grab it. Yoda's like, mine. He keeps hitting R2 with his cane. I'm like, that is hilarious right there. And so Luke doesn't know who Yoda is, so they go to his hut, and he keeps asking the little creature, like, do you know where Yoda is? And he said, Yoda not far. Yoda not far. But even though it is, he reveals himself as Yoda, and he tells Luke that he's not ready to be trained. and he told him that he has a lot of anger in his heart, just like his father, which is Anakin. So Ben begs Yoda for him to train Luke, and Luke tells him he's not afraid, and Yoda tells him, "You will be. You will be." So the training session with Luke and Yoda goes pretty well. I mean, he's learning everything that Yoda taught him. Yoda teaches him the way of the Force. He even tries to lift his X-wing out of the water, but he can't really do it. But he said he'll try. And here's one of the most epic lines in this movie: like, "Don't try, do or do not. There is no try." My all-time favorite quote from Yoda. I love that. And so, back with Han and Leia, they share their first kiss on the Millennium Falcon inside the cave, and of course 3PO had to ruin the moment. So they're busy repairing the Falcon because it doesn't have a hyperdrive. So they've been hiding in the cave from the Empire for a while now, and then sooner realize that they're not inside a cave, they're inside, I don't know what it is, a giant worm of some sort, a space worm. But they made it out, and then now they're hiding from the Empire again, and now Darth Vader hires bounty hunters to find them. And of course we get our official good look at Boba Fett, who's probably a fan favorite character and one of the greatest bounty hunters of all time. Even though Boba Fett made like a little cameo in episode 4, if you guys know, then okay. So Boba really wants Han because Han has a huge price on his head for not repaying his debt to Jabba. So they escape on the Falcon escapes, and Boba follows them with his slave one, and they go to this planet called Bespin, where Han's old friend Lando Calrissian is being held as one of the leaders of the mining colony. So they make their journey to Bespin. Han reunites with Lando, and they have a little bro moment. Back on Dagobah, Yoda was able to pull the X-wing out of the water, and Yoda still says he's not ready because he says he's not ready to face Vader by himself. And Ben told him, "I will not be there to help you, so you're on your own." And Luke tells him that he won't fail them, even though he has that faith in his heart that he knows he won't fail them. And so, back on Bespin, turns out Darth Vader actually got there before them, and he did this because Lando was held against his will, and they wanted... I forgot about that part, but anyway, since they have carbon freeze, Vader's planning on using it on Luke, and Lando says it hasn't been tested on a human before, so Vader tests it on Han, and he gets frozen in carbonite, but he's still alive. And of course, before he gets frozen, Leia tells him, "I love you," and of course, that shows their love for each other. So after that, Boba Fett takes Han onto the Slave One, and then he flies off to Tatooine because that's where Jabba is. Luke makes it to Bespin, and he doesn't know that Vader's actually playing a trap for him. And as soon as he gets into the room of the freezing room, this is where the action, my favorite part of the film, begins. Because once you see that moment, you see the two shadows of Luke and Darth Vader right there. Luke pulls out his lightsaber. Vader has his out right in front of him. And once they cross lightsabers and the duel begins, it's just a magnificent thing to see in that movie. That's just the beauty of this entire film. My favorite part of this film, the Luke versus Darth Vader lightsaber duel. That was it. And of course, the battle keeps getting... Luke kind of did not... Like Yoda said, Luke was not ready. Like, Vader was throwing obstacles at his face. He catches Luke off guard a couple of times. And then as soon as they're outside, he cuts Luke's right arm off. And then, of course, we get that iconic moment and that iconic line, and my mother likes to antagonize me with this line. Luke said, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." "No, I am your father." No, that's not true. That's impossible. No, no. Just to hear that. Now I'm starting to realize why people love this film so much. Just the iconic dialogue in this film is just magnificent. Oh my gosh. Oh man. And so Luke he decides not to follow Darth Vader. He falls and he lands like at the very one of the little satellite on the bottom of the Cloud City. And before Leia and Lando leave with Chewie and 3PO, R2 runs into them. And so as soon as they're about to leave the planet, Luke uses the Force to show Leia that he's still here. And so they fly to the bottom. They rescue Luke. Luke gets medical attention, and so they regroup at one of the rebel ships. So this is the ending scene of the film. Luke gets a new hand. It's mechanical, but it still feels like a regular human hand. Lando and Chewie go to Tatooine, so they rendezvous to rescue Han. And that's the end of the film. And then sooner or later we'll move on to my favorite movie of the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi. So stay tuned for that. But overall, this film was magnificent. I know why people love this film so much, and it was just beyond amazing. And I give this film, I'm seriously being real about this, I'm giving this film a 5 out of 5. I'm dead serious. That's how good this film was. But anyway, what'd you guys think of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back? Do you think it was good, bad, in between? Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for my review on Star Wars Return of the Jedi. But until then, I am Vengeance, I am Darkness, I am Blackwing. Stay golden, and may the Force be with you.